All right, yo. Title of the video is Sauce, Guapo, and Juice. All right. My name is Seth, spiritual and business consultant, man. And these three things are really important. You need sauce, you need juice, you need guapo. All right. You need some cheese, you need some cheddar, some cash. Right. Um, the thing is, I'm like my personal opinion about women. Right. This is my personal opinion about women. They don't care about guys that don't have cash, juice, and sauce at the same time, right? This is what you need to get women, right? It's not about how much money you make. It's not about how much energy you have. It's not about how much sauce you have. You got to have all three because all three are actually connected, right? And when you got all three of these things, women gravitate around that shit, right? It's like the bees attracted the honey, right? And women's minds ain't right nowadays, bro. Like they're not right nowadays, man. Their mind is not, it's not there. Like it's somewhere else. And a lot of people can't communicate. People can't communicate with each other, and they can't really like be there for each other, right? And I'm not saying people have to. That's another thing for kumbaya people. Kumbaya people can explain you that shit a little bit better than I can because I'm not a very kumbaya person. I'm not even an emotional person. So, you know, kumbaya people can explain you that part, that aspect, the whole, working together and things like that. I'm kind of iffy about, I don't mind working with other people, man. Like, I like having sauce. I'm working on having sauce right now as we speak. I don't mind having sauce, I definitely don't mind having some guap, right, right, and I definitely don't mind having some money, and I definitely don't mind having some energy, some juice, right. So when you have all three, women will gravitate around you. Like I said before, and I've noticed this because in my personal life, in my personal dimension, which I cannot compare to somebody else's dimension because somebody else's dimension might be very different from my own. But in my reality, I've met some, you know, I meet beautiful women, high value women, and they are very talkable and very respectful and stuff like that. And then you meet some women that are not very attractive, that are not high value, and they are completely disrespectful. You know what I mean? And you would think in my head, I would think it'd be the contrary because she looks good, so she should have some very, she should feel like she probably feels very entitled. And that's not necessarily the case, not all the time. And sometimes it is the case. Sometimes it is the case. Sometimes you meet a girl and she's very entitled because she thinks she's pretty, right? And then you go meet a girl and she doesn't look good and she has the attitude that goes with it. Part of my language, but it is what it is because that's a confidence thing, right? That's a confidence thing. There is something as too much confidence, right? There is something as being arrogant, right? Like if you don't look that good but you act like you're a 10 and you're actually a 6 or a 7, and you act like or an 8 and you act like a 10, that's plain old disrespectful. You know what I mean? That's just plain disrespectful. You know what I mean? And it's just as disrespectful if you're a 10. Just because you're a 10, that doesn't mean you need to disrespect me, right? Like, at least I was smart enough to recognize that you're a 10, and that's why I walked up to you, right? That's the reason why I'm talking to you right now. So that means I know I have value. Just because that I'm talking to you means that I have value, right? Because, you know, so women kind of like push away their chances at certain experiences that they should probably delve into a little bit more, even though it might be dangerous sometimes to do so, which I completely understand that too. But if you're doing that to like 90% of the guys that walk up to you, of course you might have more bad memories than good memories, which are going to cause trauma and fuck you up than, having good memories that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. And, that's going to, give you more juice personally in your life. But then again, I don't want to be sitting there telling women what to do, right? Because the last thing you want to do is tell a woman what to do because she ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean, bro? Like she's not gonna do it. She's not gonna listen. Women are not here to listen. Women are not here to do what you tell them to do, right? You don't have to tell them what to do. They already know what to do. But the thing is, they know what to do when you know what to do, right? Like if you know what to do, she's like, some people are submissive. Some people, there's submissive is a word that keeps coming around again and again. Your presence dictates the submissiveness of a woman, right? Like if you're a strong guy, if you're a strong individual, and women base themselves off of looks, right? Don't get it twisted. Women base themselves off of looks, right? And it's not just your facial features that she bases her ideas of you from. It's your surroundings. You know who surrounds you, what kind of people that gravitates around you, what kind of people that you gravitate around, right? If she sees those things, she's gonna know that she has to stay in her place because you don't play with shit like my life is way more dangerous than yours. My life is, so I will fuck you up if I have to, you know what I mean? So immediately if a woman sees that, she's not gonna start, wilding out and doing crazy shit, right? You know, so it's not about her. It's about you. What do you have in your life? What kind of sauce that you have in your life? What kind of juice that you have in your life? What kind of guapo that you have in your life? And I understand that, now everybody has the opportunity to make money, but like I said, it's not just about money because you could have like a five figure salary, but you got so much juice and you got so much sauce in your life that you don't even look like a guy that makes five figure. You look like a guy that makes six figure, or you act like a guy that has six figure, or you have the aura of somebody that makes six figure because you're still an important dude. Like the thing is, dudes should be concentrating on themselves. They should be concentrating on the solidarity. They should concentrate on solidarity that they have amongst each other. That's what they should be concentrating on instead of concentrating on women, because nowadays dudes are concentrating on women more than they concentrate on themselves, right? And it's not just yourself, because you might have done the work on yourself, but because of all this new age movement and all these fucking videos telling you, oh, you got to do everything by yourself, and you got to, so you like saying no to everybody. No, 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 right? Because I want to be a man because the guy in the video said that to be a man I have to say no to everybody, and that looks like the correct way to proceed. You know what I mean? If a dude can do everything by themselves, that means he a man, man. He's a man's, right? But at the same time, that's ridiculous. You're gonna wear yourself out. You're gonna have back problems. Your legs are, your knees are gonna start. The joints in your knees are gonna start using up, bro. You're gonna grind your bones into dust. So that's not what you're supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is have some sauce. What you're supposed to do is have some juice and some sauce, right? You should have some energy and some interactivity in your life, right? So you should have people gravitating in your life that can help you out from time to time to reduce the physical effort, right? And then you got to have some energy to actually go get that, to actually manage the interactivity in your life, right? So that's the part that you've been working on. You've been working on your own juice, right? You've been drinking that green juice, right? You're trying to make yourself healthy, making your body healthy, right? So like that, when the people start gravitating around you, you have the energy to manage those people, right? And women don't come here. They don't come yet, right? That's just the beginning, right? But when you actually start to manage that shit and you have the character that goes with it, then women starts to gravitate around you. And you can choose to pick one woman. That's your choice. You're totally in your right to choose one woman. Maybe you already have one woman that you're thinking of, dating or wanting to be with. That's one thing, right? And you can do that. You can do that, and you can definitely do that if you have that sauce, right? You can definitely do that if you got the sauce, if you got the juice, and the guapo. You know what I mean? Any kind of guapo. It could be a six figure, it could be five figure, whatever. Even though most women nowadays are looking for a six figure dude, because a six figure dude gives less, trouble than a five figure dude, right? So if you get a six-figure guy, a six-figure income, he might not understand what the sauce is, and he might not understand what the juice is, but he has six figures. So in the reality that we live in today, where you need money to buy food, put a shelter over your head, put a roof over your head, buy a car and everything, some clothes and everything, and food and everything. Of course, the six-figure guy wins over the people that might not be making six figures, man. Of course, it's just fucking normal, bro. But if you got all that and you're not making six figure and you do have some sauce and you do have interactivity in your life, you do have some energy, you're an interesting person. So it's the amount of interest that you generate that will get you all the hot girls that you're thinking of and those submissive women that you're thinking of. Of course, it still depends on the kind of activity that you have around you. If you command respect, if you command confidence and respect, the women will submit to you without you even saying a word, and you just need to look at her in a certain way, and she gonna sit her ass down because you know that you ain't that kind of dude. You know what I mean? You can't fucking play me. I'll destroy you. You know what I mean? And I'll destroy you for real. You know what I mean? So it's not about and women like that shit. You know what I mean? They love a man that can destroy them. You know what I mean? Like for some fucking reason, which I cannot explain, but that's what they appreciate. That's what they like. That's what they respect. That's what they want. Even if she's going out with you and you're a good dude, in the back of her mind, she is going to try to transform you into that guy if she can. As in, even if she can, it's a subconscious effect. It's in the subconscious, right? Um, because that's what you're supposed to do, anyways, man. Kind of, especially like community wise. That's what you're supposed to do because you're probably not ready for the whole international aspect of things or the whole regional aspect of things, but you can be municipal, man. You don't have to be regional, you don't have to be international, but you can start municipally, man. There's hot girls in your municipality. I am sure there's hot girls right where I live. I don't need to go to fucking California to meet some really hot girls. I don't need to go to New York to meet some really hot girls. There's some hot girls in my municipality. Everybody on the planet have hot girls that live in their municipality, right? But how do you get those hot girls to talk to you without you having to go to New York or sell some albums, some musical albums all the way across Japan so you can get some guap to put in your pockets and then go flaunt it in a shop in your municipality or in your region? Well, you gotta create some sauce. You gotta have some sauce. You gotta have some people interested in you. You can't be introverted all the time. You can't be introverted all the time. And other people can't always be introverted with you because it's not just your fault. It's not your fault. This is a thing that everybody's going through right now. They don't understand how life works, and they might have some values and some principles that are stopping them from appreciating um the interactivity of humanity, right? Like lockdowns, right? And before lockdowns, not only we have a lockdown, right? Like that's why I didn't like the lockdown, because the lockdown came right up to the point where everybody was starting to understand what's going on. And before that, we already had a problem with the whole internet business shit, right? Everybody thinks that they should have internet businesses and they don't need to go outside, and they don't need to have people, they don't need to have interactivity with each other. Everybody thought that, oh man, internet business, I'm getting the internet business, I'm gonna make some money with internet business. And some people were making money with internet businesses, man. However the fuck they were making the money, right? And that's another question. They were making, how were they making that money? How did they created that income, right? What was the process of them creating that income, bro? Not everybody's honest with that shit. There's a reason why they're not honest with how they actually created that income, right? Because it was probably a little bit sketchy here and there, man. And I'm not saying that having some sauce can't not be sketchy. Of course it can. Like look, if you take the Illuminati for example, right? The Illuminati has some sauce and they got Guapo, but they ain't got no energy, right? They're low energy vibrating people, right? So they ain't got no energy. So that's why people are with them, but they're not really with them, right? Because there's something missing. They ain't got no energy, right? So they have the sauce though. There's people gravitating around them. There's people gravitating around them. They have the guapo, right? Because that's what they're offering the people, right? More or less, they barely have the guapo, to be quite honest. I mean, it's mostly a scam, right? If you scamming people, that means you don't have the original money that you offered, right? Because you're scamming. Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of a scam. The point of a scam is to steal your money, not to give out money. The point of a scam is to steal your money, right? How can I steal this guy's money? How can I steal this guy's talent? How can I profit off of this guy's talent and make money and not pay him for the work that he did? That's what the Illuminati does. So they just have sauce. They don't even have that much guapo, and they definitely don't have that energy, right? Compared to other people, right? So every individual that lives in a municipality, instead of reaching outside and trying to be friends with the Illuminati, they should gravitate with the people inside, try to create some things, have some solidarity amongst men, stop concentrating on women because women will come by later, and concentrate amongst each other. And of course, you need some women to help you out from time to time, and women should help out dudes from time to time, and women should be there for dudes from time to time. But for some reason, they cannot do that nowadays. They don't want to do that nowadays. It's not something that they're attracted in doing. They don't want to help people. They want people to help themselves, and then they're gonna help them, right? Like just like God said, help yourself first, and then I help you. I know it's bullshit. I don't believe in that garbage either. I don't think it's right. Me personally, I don't know about that whole 50-50 bullshit. I don't know what that means. 50-50 things, I don't know what that means. All I know is I'm a good looking guy, and sometimes some girls get interested in shit. But I might be a good looking guy, but I do business. So I'm more concentrating on business. Of course, I like women, but I'm concentrating on business. I'm not concentrating on getting married. I'm not concentrating on having kids. Kids scared the living daylights out of me, bro. Like I don't, I don't want kids, bro. Marriage and kids scares the living daylights out of me. So I don't want that shit at all, right? So right now, help me with my business. Show me some value. Show that you can bring some value into what I'm doing, and I'll think about marrying you later. You know what I mean? But girls ain't trying to hear that shit, which is, I guess it's fine. I don't know if it's fine or not, but whatever. That's just how it is nowadays, bro. And and there's nothing you can do about it, man. Ain't nobody gives a shit. You know? And that's the problem because guys should not be in that way of thinking. They shouldn't be like, I don't give a shit, because there's nothing wrong about creating a space in your community, because there's a lot of communities that are straight up goddamn boring, right? There's a lot of communities that are boring, and it's the government that creates events in the community, and government events in the community are boring as shit. It's like inflatable balloons and shit and some whack ass, 90s pop music. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't feel like doing that, bro. I'm too big for. I mean, ball pits are fun. I'm not gonna lie, but come on, man. I mean, like, give me something more than that. You know what I mean, bro? And sometimes they do. Sometimes they actually do that. But that doesn't help you. That you're just leaving the government to. You're denying your sauce, bro. That's how you don't have sauce. When you let the government do everything for you, That's how you don't have sauce. There people would be more interested in people that they know that create events than the government creating events. I'm gonna guarantee you that shit, bro. Even though they act like that, even though they act like they don't care about people creating events, people actually care more about regular people because they might not go to your show, but they're gonna talk about it, right? They're gonna talk about it for weeks and months. Oh, you remember that guy? He did that show the other day, and it's not necessarily negative, man. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily negative. They didn't go, but they saw you do that shit, so they might go next time, or they're just gonna talk about it. So that's gonna create some buzz, right? That's gonna create some juice, not some sauce. That's gonna create some juice. That's gonna give you some energy, right? Because you're gonna hear the people buzzing. You're gonna hear the things, blah 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 blah. And that's not the point. The point that I'm trying to make is the point about the sauce, which is having people creating your creating your set of people, and other people creating a set of people. So like there's always something, and people are helping each other out in the community, and people know each other in the community, right? So when you start doing that in your I'm speaking on a regional level. When you start doing that and that sort of shit kind of happens, women are directly attracted to that shit, man. They are directly attracted to that shit. Women love sauce, man. They love fucking sauce. That's why they gossip all the time, man. That's why they gossip all the time. That's why they always talking. They like to have things to say. They like to gossip. They like to have things to say. And women are kind of like a walking billboard. You know what I mean? If you implement something in their minds, if you throw some sauce in their life, they're gonna go talk about your sauce to everybody, and then their friends are gonna talk about your sauce, and their friends, and their friends, and their friends. And then even the girl's husband is gonna hear about the sauce that you created and shit, and he might be interested or he might hate you. There's two choices. You know what I mean? Either he's interested in what he's gonna be like, okay, this nigga's doing some shit, or he's gonna hate you. He's gonna be like, man, my girl's talking about this some bitch. I hate this nigga. You know what I mean? It's your choice. It's two dimension, man. It's your choice. It's either you're interested, or you're not interested. You know what I mean? So it's not the other guy's fault. It's totally you. You make the choices. Either you create more sauce, you create more juice, you create more energy, and that creates more guapo for everybody, or you hate and you pass the opportunity to have guapo, and you pass the opportunity to have some juice, and you definitely pass the opportunity to have some sauce, right? So anyway, like I said before, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's right, bro. I am not saying it's right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just answering something that people are wondering about, and don't really understand and shit. That's all I'm doing, bro. Because me personally, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. I think I don't know what 50-50 means, because I'm hearing that a lot on YouTube. People talking about like 50-50 and equality and shit like that. I don't know what the fuck that is. I have no idea. Because I don't know if they mean financially or emotionally and shit. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? And I don't want to use the word it should be 50-50 and shit, because it kind of looks negative. It kind of looks negative from the way that these women are talking about 50-50. It looks kind of negative, so I don't know what that is. But like I said before, I'm a business guy, and I want my business to function. So anybody that comes into my life should help me create, my business. And if you're not in my life to help me create my business, then I barely have any time for you. Even though I might have a little bit of time for you, but what's more important is my business, not other things that are not related to my business. You know what I mean? So if some girls are interested in me, right, which might be the case for a lot of people out there, and they'd be walking around, and girls might feel interested, but that you're into it, but you're not that into it, so that's why you don't follow up and shit. So and women are kind of like, but I don't understand why he don't follow up with the shit, man. And, he knows, I think, he's cute and shit. So why doesn't he follow up? Because he knows that you ain't about that life. He knows that you're gonna disrespect him. He knows that you're gonna disrespect him. He knows that this is gonna end up bad. He knows that you're not gonna be involved. He knows that you're not gonna be patient. He knows that you're not gonna be a good woman for him because of the plateau that he's on at this present particular time. So he's not stupid for acting the way he's acting. He's not stupid. He's being careful, because you are going to hurt him. That's you're going to hurt him. That is for sure, right? There's you are going to hurt him, right? So there's no point into doing that. The dude ain't stupid. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe and share, subscribe, and leave a like. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.